Welcome everybody to the Altline Media first ever podcast episode. I'm here with
Hannah.
And I'm Cailin.
And I'm Kat. And we're excited to talk about festivals today. We're going to be doing a little recap on 2023, 2024, 2025.
Our recap.
And our recaps of our favorite festival shows. And let's get rolling.
Yeah. So maybe we should start with the first festival that we've ever went to. What was the first festival that either of you ever went to?
Hannah, you started
I
probably.
think it was honestly Sick New World.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I grew up on a rock. I grew up on Vancouver Island.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
That's true. Yeah.
So every time there was like a festival of any kind, it was either really far away and I was too young for my mom to let me go and my parents wouldn't take me, or it was on the mainland and it was really expensive to take all the travel over there. I think Sick New World, we bought tickets the night before. We flew to Vegas without tickets to the festival.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. We went with Brody's brothers.
Oh.
And we flew down and we were like, we're going to a festival. We bought wristbands from someone at like 11 p.m. the night before the festival.
Dude, it happens.
So.
It happens.
These are the best. These are the best ones, honestly.
Yeah, it is. Like kind of impromptu.
Yeah.
What was the first festival you went to?
Dude, I have festival is in like many attractions, many bands and stuff. I think it was Warped Tour.
Was it?
Yeah, because again, I grew up under a rock too, like in the middle of Brazil. Like I know it was Rio, but like my mother never let me go into big festivals, and I wasn't really interested in like the music scene where they would get all the bands together. I know we have like festivals like Lollapalooza and Rock in Rio, but my dad always told me they were gonna take me, but he never did. And I kind of was like, okay, whatever. But I do remember my first show ever. It was like a little High School Musical, like a little fest. Yeah, and I was so excited because I thought it was actually meeting Troy, but it was just like a fake ass like Troy. And Gabrielle.
Somebody cosplaying.
I know, yeah, it was like one of those. But ever first big show gonna be Justin Bieber. Shout out to JB. Justin Bieber.
Shout out.
He's going to Brazil in May.
Is he?
For free in Copacabana Beach.
So are you going?
No! What the fuck am I gonna fly to Brazil in May? I'm gonna be a Warped Tour again. I don't have money.
Warped Tour. Warped
What was
Tour.
your first one?
My first festival? It was Warped Tour. Sorry. It was
What year?
Was it 2018 or 2019? I can't remember. I think it was 2018 because that was the last cross country one.
Is that when you lived in Nevada?
That was when I lived in Nevada. Yeah,
Okay.
I drove to Las Vegas from Reno. It's like an 8-hour drive. Well, it's like 6 to 8 hours. Yeah, and we had no AC in the car, and it was 101 degrees Fahrenheit.
I don't know what that is.
Nobody could know what that means. I'm a filthy fucking American. And yeah, that was my first ever festival, and I begged my mommy to take me, and my mommy took me.
Oh,
We're gonna cut that out. My mom took me.
What was your first actual concert that wasn't a festival?
My first actual concert? Oh god. That's so embarrassing. It Pierced the Veil. It was Pierce the Veil. It was Pierce the Veil in 2016. They did like a one-off show in Reno, and I met one of my really good friends there. We went to Warped Tour together last year too.
Amazing.
And yeah, Pierce the Veil was my first. They were my first. They popped my concert cherry. I was screaming too. It was like a venue the size of the Commodore. It was like
amazing.
It was so small. Oh, best day of my life.
What was your first concert?
I mean, it had to be the High School Musical thingy. But, I mean, first ever that shocked me, it would be Justin Bieber, but the one that I actually knew what was going on. Because when you're, like, 12, you kind of don't know the meaning of a concert, right? Like,
True.
Yeah.
Not until you're, like, 14 that you're just like, okay, this is happening. And you're really a fan of a group, right? And I feel like the one concert that, like, brought that feeling to me was One Direction.
Aww.
And because they only did like one concert ever in Brazil, it was in Rio. It was a Parque dos Atletas, which was a huge open area, like not the size of the Warped Tour, but it was like open area. It wasn't a stadium. And I remember I was crawling my way to the barricade, and I was 14, and my dad hold me by my hand. He goes like, "I can't follow you," and I said, "Then let me go." And then he's like, you're 14, I can't just let you go. And then I said, Dad, trust me. I was like this tiny little thing, like, I gotta be in the barricade. And that's when everything started. No, honestly, he said, okay. And I remember when I went home
that's
with
where
him,
it all began.
he called my mother. He was like with the other dads, because there's a bunch of other dads like just leaving the grass. And then he called my mother and says like, Betta, I let her go. She's in there with them, and I don't see her. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. She was like, you let my daughter go, and I don't find her. She was just freaking out. But she said she's gonna call me. Eventually, I made it back.
Aww.
Then a bitch like glued. No. I remember this because when I got out, there was a piece of gum all over my hair.
Ew.
Yeah, because when I try to get to barricade, I might be a little bit aggressive. But, since I was a little kid, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know concert etiquette. And, like, this girl, like, just glued a big chunk of, like, a gum in my hair, and I had to cut it off after. But I was so close to Louis and Harry and Zane and Niall. It was amazing. I have a really good photo on Facebook about it.
Wait, so somebody put gum in your hair?
Yeah.
Did you try to get past them?
I think so. I mean,
Did you, like, elbow her?
I didn't, honestly. Like, I
On purpose or
no,
by accident?
No. Like, it was my first ever show that I was so close, right? And I've always been all or nothing, like GA or nothing to me.
Yeah.
So even on Justin Bieber, I was in the bleachers. I was like angry the whole concert. My mother was like, "You're so ungrateful." When I said I wanted to be in the GA, and then she was like, "Do you know how much was this ticket?" I was like, "Okay."
Whatever,
so,
Mom.
I know, whatever, Mom. So when I got GA for the One Direction, it's actually a crazy story though. When the sales went out, it got sold out in a minute. It's like, I don't know, MCR, nowadays, BTS. And my mom was only able to get bleachers, like the seats for me. And then I got so upset. And then eventually she just came one day and said like, I have something to tell you. And I was like, what? And then she got, I got GA for you. And then I started crying. We sold my ticket to my other friend for the seats, and that's when I always have memories like for these amazing concerts, and it's great. But yeah, that bitch took a piece of my gum.
What?
Because I was trying to get to the barricade, but it wasn't. I mean, I was a kid, I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't elbowing her for sure because I was very like
you know
polite.
What? You should have after.
Yeah, honestly.
You should have. You gotta start fighting young.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was crazy. It was all over my hair. My mother had to cut it. Nasty.
I would have been so angry.
Oh god.
Wait, what was your first concert then?
Mariana's Trench.
In
Victoria with my best friend. My best friend lived across the street from me, and our moms bought us. Our birthdays are like 2 weeks apart, and both of our moms bought us Mariana's Trench tickets to give to each other, but we didn't know.
Oh, that's so cute.
That's
so sweet.
So they put them in I think they put them in cards or something. I don't know. But they basically just announced to the both of us that we got each other Mariana's Trench tickets.
Aww.
And I wish I could remember who opened. Because I feel like it was someone good. But it was so long ago. I was 13 or 14, I think. So I think I was in 9th grade.
That's so cute.
Or something like that. And it was so much fun. It was so much fun. My dad drove us down and he went for dinner with his sister. And it was like, you guys have fun. I'll come see you after. And it was so much fun.
Was this in Vancouver or Victoria?
It was Victoria.
Aw,
because nobody plays in Victoria, but they're from here, so they always, almost always play in Victoria.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to there was a school night because that was the big thing with concerts. Is a school night. We couldn't come to Vancouver because we had to take 2 days off and everything. Yeah. So my dad was like, I'll just drive you down. It was a Wednesday or something.
That's so cute.
It was so much fun. It was so much fun.
I love that.
Should we start with what are we looking forward to this year? Or do you want to start?
Yeah, we could start with what we're looking forward to this year.
Since I don't know, maybe from Hannah's point of view, who's never been. But I mean, you've probably seen a lot of content online about the festival. So what are your expectations from somebody who's never been?
I am going to have the best time of my life. And if it's anything like the last time Cailin went, all my shit's going to get stolen, and I'm going to be fucking pissed off.
If anything gets stolen
I'll give you my hope story. Don't worry. I'll give you
No, because she lost her phone, too.
What the fuck is going on at Warped Tour?
They handed it back to me.
But mine didn't ever come home. It's somewhere in Mexico. I got a login notification.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to text you, and I was like, is she dead? I literally thought I was like, she just doesn't want to talk to me
I was
anymore.
more unavailable than normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is, horrible.
Hard to do.
Yeah.
Because you're pretty unavailable. But I was like, it's been 2 weeks and she hasn't answered me. And I was like, maybe she just doesn't want to be friends with me anymore.
No.
And I messaged someone else, I was like, hey, what's Cailin doing?
I got my shit stolen.
They were like, her phone's gone. She has a new number. And I was like, thanks for fucking letting me know, I guess.
I'm sorry. I did let you know eventually.
Yeah, Yeah, after I hunted you down.
I forgot.
Okay.
But besides that,
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I never really got to go to, like, obviously, like I said before, like, I never really got to go to, like, festivals or anything. And especially nothing like that, because there wasn't really any, like, Warped Tours that were close, and, like, I was really young. My parents were like, fuck no, we're not going to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it's just, like, the nostalgia of, like, obviously, like, it seems like it's so much, like, bigger and more produced than it used to be, which I think will kind of take away from some of it, but I won't have the comparison of, like, being at an old one and being like, oh, I wish it was like this, I wish it was like that.
Yeah.
It'll still be nice to just kind of, like, see everyone together, and I always wanted to go, so I was like absolutely stoked that they brought it back. So it'll just be fun.
I'm glad that we have the three of us here, because we have somebody who's been to multiple Warped Tours. We have somebody who's been to their first Warped Tour, and we have somebody who's never been to Warped Tour.
A Warped Virgin!
Yay!
You're gonna pop your Warped.
Yay! No, so Cailin, why don't you tell us a little bit of like your history with Warped Tours?
With Warped Tour? Oh god.
Along the years and
so basically the Warped Tour buzz started. And I think it was like 2014 when I found out about Warped.
1987.
It was the year 1987. Anyways, I think it was like 2014 when I found out about Warped Tour. Like, I had just found Black Veil Brides, and I was like,
huge.
I was obsessed with Andy. I was.
Was?
I was.
Was?
What?
Was.
I was.
Was?
Was were.
Are.
Yeah. No, I really liked Black Veil Brides, and so that has since evolved. It's fine. But anyways, so 2014 I kind of found out what Warped Tour was, and I lived in Alaska, so like also super sheltered from like everything. We didn't really have festivals or anything like that, so I would just watch like all the bands I really liked tour everywhere else except for where I lived, and I would be like watching like Nick Major on Snapchat. Like, he would like post like his daily updates when he went to like Warped Tour and everything, and I was like, I want to be there, I want to go and do that. Didn't happen until the last cross country Warped Tour, because I moved to Nevada, and I was like, oh my god, Warped Tour is ending, I need to go. Like, I'll never have a chance again, like this is everything to me. Made it happen, and it was so much smaller than it is now. And what I do really miss is, like, just kind of how small it was, but I am really happy to see it come back. But I think there was just, like, a lot more, I feel like the community was a little bit smaller than it is now. But I'm happy it's back. I don't know.
Do you think that, like, with this enlargement, like with this, the size that it has now, do you think it's because of, I mean, the return of Warped Tour, right? It's because of what factors like that? Because there was a break, right, between the last Warped Tour. What do you think brought it back?
I genuinely, so my whole, this is my take on this. I think Kevin Lyman was like, I genuinely think he wanted to retire.
Yeah.
Like after the 25-year thing, or he either wanted to retire or he just wanted to make this like smaller and more profitable, because the thing about Warped Tour was, I assume it didn't make a ton of money because tickets were $50. Tickets were so cheap, and I think that there just wasn't enough profit. And also, like, I heard something about like there being scandals and everything. That's another reason it shut down, but I don't know if that's true. But anyways, so I think Warped Tour coming back has to do with like When We Were Young, because if you notice, When We Were Young isn't happening this year. It's not happening this year, and I think it's because Warped Tour is back, and I think that they were just like, oh, we do have this huge, like audience, and we do have, like, this giant community that really wants to see this stuff, so they're, like, instead of doing, like, Sick New World, and instead of doing, like, When We Were Young and all these different festivals, I think the beautiful thing about Warped Tour is it kind of combines all those genres into one festival amongst the entire scene, and I think that they were just like, you know what, we can just bring this back, and they're making so much money now because it's a 2-day festival. Ticket prices are way more expensive, still not bad in comparison.
To When We Were Young or other festivals.
I paid like $400 for my When We Were Young ticket, and it was a day-long festival. Like,
Yeah, we bought ours and then sold them for a loss.
Yeah.
And we sold them for like $250 a piece.
Well, I did a terrible thing last year, and I did buy a When We Were Young ticket, and I did sell it for $800.
We sold ours like 2 weeks before the
festival. No, you can't make money on that.
Because we were like, maybe we'll make it happen. And then my bank account said, you're not going.
You're not making
You're not going.
That's basically what happened to me last year. I really wanted to go, but it just was not feasible. But yeah, Kat, how was your first Warped Tour experience? We'll talk about the highs and the lows in a bit, but...
So, I've been seeing, like, videos from way back, like, Warped Tours from, like, 2000, like, I don't know, man, 10, 7, and I was like, oh my god, like, her really... Because, I got into Skip the Fate, and I was like, they were, like, big major, like, at Warped Tour ever since they were a band, right? So I used to, like, inhale those videos, like oh my god, look at that, like, they're all these, like, 144 megapixels per, like, oh my god, look at this frame, like, 3 frames per minute, like, I love this. And everything seemed to be more, like, people climbing on stages, you know, like, throwing mic stands, like, oh my god, that's amazing, like, I love this, you know, and I grew up on a K-pop diet. I grew up on a K-pop diet, and there's no better way to put that out. And everything looks so nice and clean and perfect. And on stage, I've been to multiple K-pop shows from multiple artists, and everybody's so like that. And then I saw that like wild, and I'm like it's salvage. I'm like, I love this.
The messy.
I know, it's messy, it's raw, it's true. And I mean, doing a take on what Cailin said about like Warped Tour being so much more big now, so things are more organized.
Yeah.
And more like an actual festival than just a bunch of bands got together and let's fucking make it happen, climb on stage and do whatever fucking you want. You know, I just had this like whole view of Warped Tour before going. But I was trying to talk myself into not creating those expectations, because now it's way more organized thing. It's bigger, right?
It definitely feels like a brand now, more than like a DIY music festival. Like
it's not on the ground
huge
anymore.
Production.
It's not on the ground
It's
anymore.
a massive thing.
Yeah, I mean, with the rise of punk rock, with the emo renaissance or whatever, like
it's the Roaring 20s.
I know, right? So I feel that like we'll never get that feeling of being in a festival like that anymore, especially with the growing AI technology in the world that we live today. I was watching a video of a guy talking about missing something that you never belonged to, that you never actually did. Yeah. And there's a word for that. It's called anemonia, something like that. And I was like, no, it's scientifically something that it's there. And I was like, dude, that reflects exactly what I do feel about Warped Tours. Like, I miss this. But I never been there.
Yeah,
you know? But I mean, my first time was fucking amazing. It was like everything and more than I expected. I bought the tickets. I was on the car with Cailin. I was super silent, riding to Whistler, and he's like, "Are you buying your plane tickets?" I'm like, "Yes." Like, give me a second. I really need to. Like, I have this whole story where I called in sick from Orlando to my boss. Yeah. No. Listen. I'll make it quick. But like, I'll make it quick. Like, at the beginning of the year, Cailin was like, "Okay, we're going to Warped Tour, Long Beach," and then I'm like, "Fuck you! I don't have my U.S. visa. I don't care. I don't want to know." And her and her friends were like, "Okay, we're going." So they went, and then I got really sad because like, well, I don't have my visa and all that, and then I ended up in a hospital. Yeah, I had to take my appendix out, and I needed to go to Brazil, which is my home country. And then after I went to the hospital, got to Brazil, got my visa, got back. My dad was like, "Hey, you finally got what you wanted, the fucking visa." So you had to go to the hospital, take an organ out of you. Awesome. So I got back here and I asked my boss, "Hey, I really want to go to this, take this 2 days off." And then she said, "Okay, we'll see about it." And I said, "I can't see about it because it's next week," you know, like. And she said, "Okay, we'll see." And then she said, "No, I don't think it's gonna happen." And then, okay. So I called in sick. The same 2 days.
Amazing.
Yeah. I straight up did that. I went to Orlando, I bought the tickets, and I was at Universal Studios on a Monday, and I was like, "I'm sick, I'm sorry.
Listen.
I can't come to work." Actually, it's because I
gotta do what she's gotta do.
No, I screamed. It was actually true because I screamed so hard the 2 days.
I know.
My voice was like
you.
so.
You sounded horrible.
It was terrible, but yeah, it was a whole ass ride. Like, the plane tickets and everything. No, I had to block everybody out of my socials, and even like my coworker, she was sending me something to her Instagram one of these days, and she's like, "Why can I not find you?" And I was like,
it's broken.
I don't know. Something happened. And she said, I think you blocked me. And I was like, why would I block you?
That's crazy.
I would never do that.
I literally would have just said I deactivated my account, which I did do for a while, and nobody could find me. And they were like, did you block me? I'm like, no.
I did that once, and people were messaging my mom. They were like, is Hannah okay? Where, like, my mom's friends were like, where is she?
No, not okay.
My mom's like, she's fine, I think. I hope.
And the best part was I was talking to my mother, and my mother has always been very supportive, right? And they said, what if my boss doesn't let me go? And then she said, you'll find a way. She literally said that. You find a way to do what you want to do. And I was like, I just locked in. I was looking smack. I was like, okay, Mom, yeah. You're fucking right. But the worst part is moms, they support you until you actually do it, right?
It's true.
Yeah, and then you actually, it was Friday night. I took my flight was like Friday, at 10 or something at YVR, so I got off the work at 6, and then I couldn't talk to my mom for the week because of the time difference in Brazil, so I just called her at 6, and then she said, hi, how are you doing, Dad? I was like, good, I'm going home to get my luggage. And she goes like, what luggage? I said, because of my flight to Orlando. She's like, are you doing it? I was like, yeah, you told me to. She said, didn't think you're actually gonna do it. And I said, I'm your mother, I'm your daughter, of course I was gonna do it.
How stressed was she?
Not really. I mean, it's because there's somebody, I had somebody in Orlando.
Oh no.
Who I was gonna stay in a hotel with. And I didn't want her to know that was actually happening, but she had my location. So she said, can you give me the Airbnb address? And I was like, sure. Yeah, but I was like, yeah, I'll give you later. Like, I got to Orlando. I shit you not, I got to Orlando like 10 a.m. I got out. Like 7 or 8 or something. And the festival doors open at 11.
Yeah.
So I needed to like run. I got one of these. I snored. Don't. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Just kidding. I didn't do that. So I got to the Airbnb. I took a shower, and then this guy coming out of one of the rooms was like, "You're going to Warped Tour?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I'll be at the bar. Come get some drinks." I was like, "Okay, great." Just sat out, and then I waited outside for my ride. My ride comes. He's got like beer in the car. I had no idea that I could get arrested. Okay, just for the. You can cut that out. So he drives me to Warped Tour, takes me there. He's like, I'll catch you later. And then, yeah. But my mom was like texting me, but I barely had data. So I just told her, yeah, I'll text you later about the Airbnb and stuff. And then I just gave her the what is the address of the house next to the hotel?
Oh, the neighbor?
Like, yeah. But yeah,
right here.
I mean, close enough.
She wasn't very stressed. She was just like, "Can you please just let me know if you're alive?" and type shit. You know?
Yeah, of course.
She was just like, let me know if you're good and if you're alive. Because she was like, the time difference between Brazil and Orlando is basically it's very close.
Yeah.
Right. So she was just like, "How are you doing?" This is at 10 p.m. And then I was like, "Hi, Mom. I'm in the Airbnb. I'm fine." And she couldn't have my location because the data didn't work in the States. So.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So she didn't know exactly where I was in the map.
Yeah, I mean, even if you did have data, too, with, like, all of the people at Warped Tour, like, you could get no service.
No,
like,
it was terrible.
Absolutely
at the
not.
World Stadium campus, it was fucking
It was
insane.
so bad.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous.
But yeah, recapping, it was an amazing experience. It was fucking insane. Aww. It was one of those things that I said, like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm damned if I do. I'm damned if I don't. I'm gonna regret it not going. So I said I might as well go.
I am really happy that you went. And I'm really excited.
It was a whole series. Like, last year, it was me crying every year. Like, when I met Cailin, like, I was like, I want to go to Seattle to shoot Name Day Parade.
I'm
like,
sorry.
I was crying. She went it on my behalf. And I was like, I was at the bar, and Morgan was holding my hand, and I was in a scared because, like, she's in Seattle right now, shooting Name Day Parade. And she was like, girl, chill out. This I'm not going to work.
You shot My Chemical Romance. You'll be fine. You'll be okay.
I think you're good. With the Rebel XI.
It do be like that. We have no money, so.
Hey, you gotta start somewhere.
If somebody wants to buy us a camera,
yes,
let us know.
We're gonna start a GoFund. We'll GoFund right below. You know,
GoFund.
Patreon.
Actually, we are gonna do that. So
GoFund. We're gonna GoFund it.
We need a camera.
We need a camera
really badly.
Yeah.
I'll make some calls,
please.
So let's start with Hannah. Either Sick New World or whatever festival that you went that you want to share. good things and bad things. Like, what are your best experiences, highlights?
Okay, so Sick New World, like I said, that was kind of like my first festival that we really went to, that I really went to. Brody's been to a bunch. He was an EDM kid, so he's been to like Shambhala and like all of those things. So his older brother was like, hey, let's go to Vegas. Yeah. Because he has an older brother and a younger brother. And he was like, let's go on a trip together. And we were like, fuck yeah, let's go. And he was like, when do you want to go? And we were kind of already looking at tickets for Sick New World. We were like, I don't know if we should. And then Dylan's like, let's go to Vegas. And we went, we know exactly when we're going to go. Oh. And so we booked it and we're like, fuck it. We're just going to go and find a ticket. Yeah. Like, we'll figure it out. So we were in the airport. We're in the airport lounge. And we're, like, having some drinks before the flight. And there's, like, the tallest, tatted-up dude beside us. Massive beard. Irish as hell.
Fuck yeah.
And we're talking, and he's like, I'm not even going to try and do an Irish accent because I'll butcher it. But he's like, oh, my God, are you guys going to Sick New World? And we're like, fuck yeah, we are. Dude's name was Stefan. He was amazing. He was so funny. And he had a different flight than us. So we, like, had a few beers with him in the airport lounge. And we're like, you know what, Stefan, maybe we'll see you there. Sick New World chewed me up and spit me out. It was so hot. Yeah. And we were just, like, chugging beatboxes. Ooh. And I don't know, because the drinks were so expensive. They were, like, more bang for your buck.
Is that how you blacked out?
Yes. And I forgot to bring a water bottle, and there was water stations, and so they had a cap, like you could put it back on. Yeah. So we're like, fuck it, we'll get one of those, so then we can put water in it. But then we kept sharing with people, and then they would disappear. So then I needed to get another one and drink it to get more water. Yeah. And what's his name that does all of the Tim Burton movies? And The Simpsons. He's the composer.
Danny Elfman.
Danny Elfman. Yeah. Love Tim Burton movies.
He was there.
He was there. I was blacked out. I don't remember a fucking ounce of it. And I'm so upset. I, like, came to halfway through Motionless in White, and I was like, what the fuck? And Brody was like, what? He was like, and he was talking about it later on. He's like, oh, like the Nightmare Before Christmas song. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, Danny Elfman. And I was like, huh? And he was like, and I was like, there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. But I just remember sitting on the ground and like an angel out of the clouds, Stefan, from the airport lounge, literally shows up and goes, I think you need this, and hands me a churro and a Monster, and then I never saw him again.
Wait, really?
Yes, dead ass.
A churro and a Monster.
And I was like, I love you. I don't know, we ran it, there was this like, it was like fake grass, and it was like covered by like a tent, right? And so we were sitting in there, and I was like, I need to fucking sit down. And literally he shows up, and he's like, I think you need this, in his very thick Irish accent. And I was like, oh, thank you.
What an angel.
It was like heaven. It just descended upon me.
Can you add like a little angel nice here? Like,
I was like, oh my God. And I think that's what saved me. For the rest of the day. And then
True and a Monster, dude.
And then we ended up at Bad Omens and Bring Me were like back to back. Oh. If I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that.
Noctilus was also there, and Poppy was there.
Yeah, Poppy was great. Also, for the little Asian gals.
From Baby Metal?
Baby Metal and Bring Me did their song together, and it was so good.
Dude, I think I would have. I can't even say that.
I was sobbing in the Bring Me pit, and Brody was like, what is wrong with you? And I was like,
That's and it was like me in
the
April.
Best thing ever. And then Bring Me was on, I can't remember if they were on right before System of a Down or if there was someone else between them. But I remember being pretty close, honestly.
Oh, that it was so good.
It wasn't Barrick. It was such a good year. It was amazing.
My fucking God. I keep forgetting, and then I keep remembering.
It was
and I'm
so
upset.
good. It was so good. We weren't Barricade by any means, but we were still like pretty close. Like it was still like good. And I think it was Bring Me, and then there might have been something else before System of a Down. I turned around and went, get me the fuck out of here. There was so many people.
I know.
Because it was busy. Yeah. Like, it was obviously busy the whole time we were there. But it was like, we were close enough, and there wasn't too many people behind us, and I was focused on the show that was happening in front of me, and it got dark, and System of a Down was coming on, and I turned around, and I was like, I need to go. And the walls are closing. And I beelined it. out of that fucking crowd and then just watched it from the back because we could still see it and it was still a lot of fun. And then I thought I was going to actually get murdered or trafficked on our way home.
It's very possible. It is Vegas.
Because, of course, there's no cabs because everyone's trying to leave. You can't book an Uber or a Lyft or anything. So we're shit-faced. Yeah. Okay? We're trashed and we're trying to get out of this fucking festival. And Brody goes, wait here. And I was like, I don't know if we should split up. That feels like a bad idea. That's not good. And he's like, stay right here. And he just disappears. And I was like, oh, okay. He's a goner. I'm never going to see him again. He comes back. He goes, I found us a cab. And I was like, okay, sweet. It's not a cab. It's just this random dude driving a minivan.
Yeah.
It's not an Uber. It's not a Lyft. It's not a cab. It's this random dude in a minivan. Yeah. And I was like, we gotta go wrong. I was like, well, we gotta get back.
No, I'm so scared of those things. I had several people pull up to me in like a minivan in Vegas, and they were like, "Do you want to ride?" I'm like, "No, I want you to leave me alone because I feel like I'm gonna become a fucking lampshade if I get into your car.
I'm gonna be a statistic.
I'm going to be a statistic.
I'm gonna have a series on Netflix.
Literally,
the disappearing of.
So Brody brings me to this minivan, and I was like,
no.
Oh, okay.
Brody.
So I get into this van. The guy is a psychopath.
Yeah!
He's literally fucking insane. He's like honking at cops. He's got one hand out the window flipping the cops off with his elbow on the steering. I wish I was making this up, okay? So good. He's changing the music. He's like blasting 2010 pops. Like pop songs, which are bangers, but I was like, I'm gonna die to Rihanna.
No.
Like, I don't want to die to Rihanna. That's not how I want to go out. Like, what do you mean We Found Love in a Hopeless Place is my fucking death song? Like, that can't be happening right now. And he's weaving in and out, and he's on, like, these, like, back roads. And he's like, so, like, do you guys do anything? And we were like, huh? He's like, I can get you whatever you want. And I was like,
no?
And I was like, I'm good. He's like, well, I'm like, I can get anything. And I was like, I was like, I don't want anything. I want to get home to my hotel. Like, that's what I'm trying to do. And he's bobbing around, and Brody was laughing, and the guy started, like, yelling at him, and he got, like, angry, and Brody laughs when he's nervous, so he's sitting in the back like this, trying to, like, not giggle. And I was like, shut the fuck up. And this guy's, speeding through these back roads, and I was like, I'm never going to see anybody I love ever again. This is it.
Oh my God.
This is where I die.
Oh my God. Rihanna.
And exactly. This is the hopeless place, but I found no love. And
nope.
None. So we're like going around and we're like, because we're staying at the Link, which is the one that has the big Ferris wheel.
Oh, yeah. God.
So we can see it because it's this massive Ferris wheel. Yeah. And we're like, we're going there. And he's like, I know where the fuck you're going. You already told me. And I was like, okay. Sorry. And Brody's like, so is cash okay? Because now I'm like, you brought money, right? Like, you have cash. Like, we can pay the man because if we don't pay him, we're dead. We're goners. And so Brody's like holding money up in the rearview mirror. He's like, is this enough? And the guy's like, fine. And he pulls into this like
fine
random dirt parking lot and was like, okay, get out. And I was like, huh? We're not on the Strip. I don't know what the fuck is going on. There's this tiny little path, and all of a sudden we pop out by, like, the Bellagio fountains or something. And I was like, we are never doing that.
What
ever again.
Actual fuck? How much was it?
It was $40.
What?
$40
and you didn't even get to your hotel?
No. And I thought I was going to die the whole time.
That's fucked.
And I was like, you are never going to be in charge of transportation literally ever again. Ever again.
Brody's just sitting there laughing.
Yeah. Like, gutting himself laughing. And I was like, shut the fuck. And he's like, you need to stop. You need to stop.
No, but I'm the same way. I would have been dying in that situation.
Oh my God.
I'm like, I'm the worst.
I have snap memories of it somewhere. I'll show you.
Please,
it's just me sitting like, oh my fucking
Insert a clip there.
Yeah, I was like,
insert a clip here.
And we got back, and Brody's brothers were like, so how was it? And I was like, it was great. Until Brody just about got me fucking trafficked and murdered. But besides that, round of applause. Great show.
Yay, Vegas.
Yay, Vegas. But yeah, I mean, so besides that, though, great show. Great time. Yeah. I mean, Stefan saved me. I didn't get trafficked. It didn't turn into a statistic.
Happy. Yeah.
I'm
happy you're alive.
I got cheap wristbands because, like I said, we just flew there and just we ended up with like 2 from completely different people.
That's amazing.
I think one was GA plus and one was GA, and we were like, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
So, overall, great time. And I'm going to Innings, and I haven't bought my flights or my festival ticket yet, but I'm gonna.
You're going.
I'm gonna go.
You're going. When is that?
The 21st of February.
Okay.
It's in like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Wait, which one? Which festival?
Innings Festival in Arizona.
Oh. Can you tell us who's playing?
Yeah.
21 Pilots. And Cage the Elephant is playing that day. The Fray is playing that day. Who else that you liked is playing that day?
I can't
remember. But all I know is it's going to be really fun. And we have the number of my friend's husband's immigration lawyer in case anything happens.
Yay! America, you suck.
Says the American.
I'm American. I can say that. I'm American.
You're allowed.
I'm allowed.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's awesome. That's actually such a good story. Kat, can you tell us your Warped Tour story or festival story?
I feel that like when I got to Warped Tour, I did not do my homework.
Yeah.
I didn't do my. I mean, I booked a flight like a week before, so I did not do my homework enough, and I just didn't know like what was going on. So after I got my ride to the. Sorry, that's fine. After I got my ride.
Sorry, Kat.
No, it's fine. After I got my ride to Warped Tour, Skip the Fate was playing at 2 p.m. And I mean, when I was getting ready the Airbnb, I was talking to my friend, and he's like, "Did you see the lineup yet?" And I was like, "No, because they tell the time the day off." And I was like, "I don't know if I got a dress for Falling Verse or Skip the Fate today." And they're like doing 2 different days. I'm pretty sure they're doing different days. No, they're doing the same day. And I'm like, "No, I wanted to wear my jacket." And I'm like, "Fuck, okay, whatever." So I got my emo cowboy hat, and I thought that was just for aesthetics. Okay, I was like, I'm gonna look so cool. No, it was a lifesaver. Yeah. Because it was fucking sunny. Like, I was bursting in, like, sweat, and, like, my bangs were gone. So I just, like, I put the hat on top of it, and I was like, okay. So I got there at, like, I lost the main because my ride took so long to pick me up from the Airbnb to drive me to the World Camping Stadium. But I got as soon as the main was finishing, and then I saw the Skip the Fate was starting, like, right after, and I was like, fuck, I really wanted to be at the barricade for that. So, like, I just ran through. I got my wristband, so I just ran through to the open air, and I was like, "Fuck, I gotta go Skip the Fate starting, get out of there, fucking!" And then like I was like going in, and then like they start playing 1 for the money, 2 for the show, something like that. And then I'm like, fuck! Yeah. And then I just start clawing, and then as they playing, like, I'm getting closer and closer to the barricade to the point where I'm like, yeah, maybe I'm a little bit aggressive. So I'm thinking back now, like,
you got gum in your hair for a reason,
yeah,
babe.
I know, maybe I deserved it, right? So when I got too close, there was like this mother and a child, but she was a young mother. She was a young mother, and the child was like right in front of her. And she was being mad at me because I was like crouching a little whenever somebody was like crowd surfing on top of me. But it was still putting my hand up. It's because he was gonna rip my fucking head out. She was like, "You're supposed to put your head up to help them." I was like, "I am doing that. Like, I'm not pushing you because I want to. Like, there's people coming in and like, I have a child here," and I'm like, "I don't give a fuck. Why would you bring your child to the barricade? Like,
fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids. Throw them, like, if you want them to crowd surf, awesome. Like, I saw so many little kids crowd surfing. But if you want to keep your child safe, don't fucking go in the fucking barricade or in the crowd. Like, stay behind.
Yeah, I'm sorry, no.
And I mean, I knew she had that whole vibe. Like, I've been to Warped Tour before. I want my child to experience too. But like, why can't you do that experience from the back? Because now you're a mother and you're not 16 anymore.
Yeah, be responsible.
Be responsible, you know. So she tried to ruin my set, but I told her to fuck off. And then I was like, shut the fuck up, skip the face play. And after that, like, I just had like a huge time before the headliner, which was Falling Verse at the end of the night. And there were many other artists that I wanted to see throughout the first day, because all my favorite artists were playing day one. Mm-hmm. Like 303, The Millionaires, like, what is it? Caskets too, but I couldn't see them. And Holding Absence. So after that, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna chill. And I went around just like trying to familiarize myself with the venue, which I did not accomplish because I kept losing myself many times there. And I have just such a terrible sense for, like, you know, location. So after that, I went to catch Holding Absence, which was in a small stage. And I was so happy because I got to be like in the front and all that. And I also saw a little bit of The Millionaires. And then I was just walking around the tent because I had absolutely nothing to do. I saw Jeffree Star and I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh my god, it's Jeffree Star. And apparently like he was doing meet and greets, but you needed to buy like $100 off merch to meet him.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, what the fuck? I know, right?
I was like, you greedy son of a fuck.
I know. Son of a bitch. But it was like, there was this moment where I saw him and then I'm walking through the Escape the Fate tent. And then I'm just like, oh, awesome. And then suddenly there's like Craig Mabbitt and like Maddie and Robert. And I was like, hold a minute. Wait, these guys are here and they're taking pictures. It was 3 p.m. It was like exactly the time that I was walking. And I don't know if I skipped the line. I was too excited. I don't know.
She blacked out.
Remember. I blacked out.
She just showed. She was like, oh my god.
I saw Craig Mabbitt and I just blacked out. And then suddenly I'm like,
honestly,
insert the photo here. Okay, insert the photo here because this photo is amazing. I'm wearing like my Following Your First shirt with like the popular monster of Brony here. I have my emo cowboy hat and like I'm standing between like Maddie and Craig and they're so short and I'm not even wearing like heels, so I'm just standing like, Hannah, you would just like stand this tall like, and I'm like, fuck. And then I asked this person to take pictures, like, oh my god, I'm meeting Escape the Fate. I didn't know they were gonna do that because I didn't know the bands would just do meet and greets.
Yeah,
I knew, but I wasn't like paying attention. Like I'm stupid.
Wait, didn't you meet Derek from Sum 41?
I did, but that was day 2 because I didn't know he was there. It was my other friend. I'm at Skip the Fate. Then after that, I went to get a burger, a $30 burger.
Why is it so expensive? Like,
I don't know.
It was cooking from above and below because like it was on a grill, like a grill on like bricks, and like I don't know, it was cooking from like the fire below and the sun. Like it was like being double cooked, and then there was this table with like very truly American like mayo, ketchup, mustard, pickles sitting in the sun for like hours, and I'm like, and they were like squishing those little, and then it was falling into the grass, and I was just like, this is so American. I feel so American. Like he literally, the amount of bacon in the grill, I was like he grabbed this, like, no, I don't want bacon. No, thank you so much. I appreciate your time and patience, but I don't want bacon. Thank you.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Thank you. When I went to grab it, it was, like, dripping oil.
Sounds about right.
I ate it so fast. I had
the homeland.
Yeah, honestly. I ate that shit. Like, I inhaled it because I didn't have breakfast. I just went from the airport to
That's
the venue.
the sustenance. That's what's going to get you to
a festival.
Right? It's so disgusting, but it is so good.
It was so good.
It's so good.
I ate it. I was like, okay, it was worth $30. American dollars. I got to grab a drink, and then this chick was like, you have, like, my mouth was, like, all, like, barbecue. And she goes, like, let me help you. So she just starts wiping. I have, like, those little wipes, Lifesaver, bring it to the venues.
Oh, the
because
wet
the
wipes?
washrooms don't have toilet paper.
I did notice that. I did have to air dry a few times.
Oh.
That's tragic.
It really was.
If you had brought little wipes, like.
I should have brought little wipes.
She was wiping my face, and then after that, I was like, okay, I gotta lock in. I gotta find a way to get to the barricade. Because it was when Slaughter to Prevail started playing, so I had a plan. I said, Slaughter to Prevail is gonna play. There's gonna be this huge-ass mosh pit, and that's when I go. So I was looking at it, and I'm like, okay, Slaughter to Prevail opened the mosh pit, and I just zapped through it. Like, I literally zapped through everything before everybody closed. And you know the wall of death?
Yeah.
Right? I was like, I shit you not, yeah.
Cat's running through as it parts
There's
like the Red
of, like,
Sea, and she's like, barricade!
Exactly. And I'm like, I'm gonna get you, Ronnie. And I'm like,
Ronnie, I'm coming.
So I get to the other side, but it's still not barricade, right?
Not good enough.
Not good enough. Like, I gotta be there. I gotta put my hand in that little thing. So after Slaughter to Prevail finishes and the wall that crushes, like I'm right there, right? And then people start coming out, and I just like start snaking my way in, and then I literally see the break, and I just grab and I just put myself, and I'm like, nobody's gonna take me out of here. And they did not take me out of here until the end of the show. I shit you not, I stayed there for like 5 hours, I think, without peeing, and I was drinking.
For Falling in Reverse.
Mm-hmm. But the best thing was that all of the
Mind
good
over
bands...
bladder.
No. All of the good bands were playing on the... I mean, my favorite bands were playing on the left side that I really wanted to see, except 303. And I was so hyped for 303. Because for people who've never been to Warped Tour, like there's like 2 main stages, right? The left foot and the right foot. But like 303 was playing the right foot, and I was on the left. But everybody who was in the left, we were seeing through the screens, and you can still catch, like, I was a little bit to the right, so it's kind of like, you know, but you don't feel the vibe as if they're performing in front of you.
Yeah.
Right? And I was so hyped for 303. Nobody next to me was. And I was so sure that they were going to clip me if I was in front of 303. They were going to actually come and talk to me because I was like, fuck. I was like, this is 303. I knew all of the songs. There was like one banger after banger after banger. Even like Colorado Sunrise, I knew when they played it. And I was like, oh my God, the train wreck that I am. Like, fuck, I love this. And then when Yellow Card and Yellow Card was great. I saw them in Brazil. It was a great experience. Seeing them again live, amazing. Before, and then there was Black Veil Brides.
I love Black Veil Brides.
That's when I got a pick. I got a pick. Yeah. I got a pick from Black Veil Brides. They threw it. Yeah.
Aww.
I got a pick from. Yeah,
I did not know this.
Yeah. So that's when they clipped that I quit my job. Insert the clip here.
Oh yes.
Yes. So after that, they were not streaming all of the bands, right? Because you can't. But they were streaming Black Veil Brides. It was like the sun was about to set. It was, I think, right after 303. It was amazing, by the way. 303, the sun was setting. He was talking. He's like, you see these guys in Orlando, the sun's setting. It's 303 playing, and I'm like, oh my God, this is exactly how you do it.
I love a sunset set.
Oh.
And I'm
so
like,
good.
honestly, this is exactly what I envision when I see they play Devil Vision and all those songs that remind you of how good summer is.
Yeah.
And talking that because Vancouver is rainy outside. And like Black Veil Brides played it, and there was a point where there was silence between one song and the other, and then the camera got me, and then I said, fuck yeah, I quit my job. I quit my job. And it started to clip here. And you can clearly tell that I'm like saying those words, and it's so fun. I got the pick because like they threw it, but it fell on the floor, and then I was to the security guard. I was like, "Can you please give it to me?" And everybody was asking, but he just gave it to me.
Aww.
That was really nice of him.
That was really nice.
Yeah. After that, I guess I kind of just waited for Falling a Verse, and I was like so excited. Everybody around me was like, "Girl," and I was like, "No, you don't know what you don't know what you're dealing with. Like,
you don't understand.
You don't understand this whole feeling." But yeah, it was a major fucking show. Like, I had seen Falling a Verse like 2 months before in Toronto. I was at the barricade too. It was great. But I just like lose my mind to the point where when Watch the World Burn was playing, I looked at the security guard and I said, "Give me that water bottle." I gave him the Slavic stare, and I was like, "Give me the Melania Trump stare." I was like, "Give me that water bottle." And then like he just like he didn't know what he should do because it was plastic. It wasn't like the wobbly one, right? So I said, "Give me that water bottle." He goes, "Okay." So he gave me the water bottle. I took my hat off, and I just did the most Brazilian thing. I just like threw water all over me. And there was this video. I'm not even gonna put this because I look so ugly, but I just like threw my head back, and I'm like, fuck. And then watched the War Boat Chip, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm having a spiritual awakening right now.
Out of body experience.
No, it was fucking insane. Like, I know y'all can hate me for it, but Ronnie's such a great performer. Like, regardless, with all the regards, like, it's just massive. The pyros, everything. I just didn't like that, like, I mean, it was the same set that I saw at Toronto. Mm-hmm. I was expecting him to pull something like, is it too much of me to ask like Raised by Wolves or something like that? Just one. One that it's not the usual. He just didn't play All My Women. That's it. Like, he played everything except All My Women. I was expecting something like, I don't know, just because, I mean, he had such a huge, long story with Warped Tour from like 2012, from Escape to Fate. I mean, he did play Situations, by the way, which was great, but I had seen it. Like, I knew he was gonna do it, you know, maybe something else, like, Not Good Enough for Truth and Cliche. Just, like, to remember, it's like, you've been to Warped Tour as Falling a Verse and Escape to Fate so many times, and here's your return to those stages. Like, why don't you play something that you've always played here? Yeah. You know? But yeah, other than that, it was just an amazing experience. Also, they gave me like a bunch of free drinks in the front because in like Ghost, by the way, I love Ghost. But I love Monster, but Ghost is better.
Bring back the fucking monster truck. Because I'm tired of this Ghost bullshit.
I love Ghost. What? Are you kidding me? Ghost so much better than Monster. Sorry. Dude, this guy was
give
like...
me a Celsius.
No.
Celsius
I
is
love
so
me a
good.
Celsius.
No.
No.
That was the most disapproving look I've ever received from Kat.
No, man. You guys don't even know. I'm in the front, and I haven't eaten for 5 hours. I pull, like, a little, because when I came from Brazil, I bought those, like, energy packet things, and then I just start slurping on it, and then this chick was like, what are you doing? And then I said, I'm not gonna leave here to grab eat. Do you think? And she goes, are you gonna faint on me? And I'm like, nah, bro. Look at this.
Nah, bro.
Like, I'm good. So, I eat those, but I'm thirsty. You don't want to pee, right? Baby's on the barricade. You don't want to drink too much because you're going to need to pee. So I'm like pacing myself, right? And then this guy came to me. It's already dark. It's like after a yellow card. And then he goes like, can you fucking do like can you hold this can and like do a commercial for us? I was like, what? And then he goes like, yeah, he's got like cameras and lights and in the barricade. And then these girls next to me, and I was like, why her? And I'm like, I got my insert here, the white glasses, like the Ray-Bans from like, I'm not a vampire. And I was like, okay. So I put, she said, do you want a glass? And she goes like, yeah. So I put the glass, I put the emo cowboy hat, and then they gave me a ghost can, and I just like started like fucking... And she goes like, yeah, just dance. And just
That's amazing.
I don't know where that commercial went to, where I'm showing as, but like apparently, and that happened twice.
Well, that's
like,
hilarious.
A White Claw beer that I don't even know that existed.
Ew.
And I don't even like beer. That's why I was like, I give it to the girl next to me. But the ghost, I slurped that shit. I was like, that's when I figured out ghost is the shit. You know, but yeah, Falling Verse went, and it was just insane. Like it was great. That's basically it. After that, I was like, okay, my job here is done. Day 2 was chill, though. Day 2 was chill. But I do met Derek Whibley, which was great.
That is so cool.
I met with Nat, by the way, she's a great artist, link down below. One of my Brazilian friends from that also does punk rock, and I met her there in Orlando for the Day 2. And she was the one who told me Derek Whibley's here, and I was like, oh, great. And then we got in the line to meet him, and I was like, I'm not familiarized with Sum 41, so I mean, I kind of just like, if I saw him pass by, I would not know that he was him. So it was great. It was great that I had her there to, you know, see everything. But yeah, almost lost my phone on the last day. I literally last song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was when Boys Like Girls was playing, and that motherfucker said, "Put your phones down." He said that. He said, I'm gonna play this song twice, which was really nice because it was the last song of the whole entire, you know, Warped Tour. And he said, I'm gonna sing this song twice. First one, you record for Instagram and whatever. The second one, you guys are gonna put your phones down and you're gonna go back to 2007. I was like,
oh,
absolute
that's amazing.
cinema. I was like, absolute cinema. And then I put my phone down. I did as I was told.
No.
But the problem is when I lifted up my my jacket, it flipped. Like, it flipped out of my jacket, and then people started coming out. And I was like, oh my god, I lost my phone. Like, fuck, what am I gonna do? And then I just started remembering. So my phone flips out of my jacket, people start coming out. They kick, right? Like, they don't see what they're walking to. And I'm like, oh my god, no, all my memories, everything is fucking gone, and I can't believe it. I can only hear, like, Cailin's voice in my head. I'm like, they stole my phone. And I'm like, no! I mean, I had put the QR code on the lock screen, which, like, if a good soul finds it, they're probably gonna hand it over, and you know they're gonna find it's me. But then like I start crying, and then this couple comes. I was like, "Are you okay? What are you looking for?" And I was like, my phone." And then they're like, oh, "Okay, no, we're gonna look." And then they start looking for it, and then this good soul, he goes like, "Let me call it. What's your number?" And then he called it, and somebody picks up. This girl picks up the phone. She goes like, "Hi, this is your phone." And then I said, "Yeah, it's my phone." And she goes like, "I'm still here at Warped Tour. Do you want to meet? I can give it to you." And then I said, oh yeah, I'm by the Boys Like Girls, the Go stage. And then she goes like, okay, I'm coming. So she comes with this blonde hair girl. She hands it back to me, and they just start crying. I was like, thank you so much. Like, this means a lot to me. And then she goes like, no, you're fine. And then I was like, I thought nobody wanted to give my phone back because there was like this huge photo card from Ronnie at the back. And I just like flipped the phone. I say, fuck this shit. And like, she goes start laughing. She goes like, don't worry, girl, you're fine. I was like, thank you so much. But yeah, it was one of the... It changed my life. I can always say that.
Yeah.
Like it was like opened my views into what I even want to do with my life as career wise, you know.
Yeah.
When All Time Low was playing, I crowd surfed a couple times. Oh yeah.
Aww.
Flashed a little bit on Big to Remember. My tits went out, but that's fine. Don't talk about that. But when I was at All Time Low, that's when I realized how good the community is. I was dancing my ass off, and I was looking to the sky, and I was like, oh my god, I made it here. Because, I mean, they know the whole story about the appendix and all that. I didn't think I was actually going to make it, and I did make, you know, and I was dancing. And this 5 people came to me in different time sets, and they're like, you are having more fun than everybody else in here. She literally said that to me. I was like, no. And then she goes like, no, your energy is so good, and you're just the glowing, and you love to be here, and that's lovely. And then I literally told her by the shoulders, like, you have no idea what it took for me to be here. And then she just starts laughing. But I mean, that's I think what shows and festivals should do to you.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Don't be scared of dancing. Dance like nobody's looking. Dance like you didn't think you're gonna make it, but you made it here.
Yeah.
It's all about buying tickets last minute. It's all about almost dying on the way home. So we found love to hopeless place. I feel like because my return to home wasn't pretty either. So I feel that these things have to change your life for you to realize, you know, that I'm gonna be 90, I'm gonna be 80 and telling my kids, if I have kids, so like, yo, you guys are never gonna believe what happened to me.
I think this is too, like you're talking about how, you know, the nostalgic for something that you didn't have. It's like old Warped Tour, you look at videos, there was no fucking phones.
No phones.
Every single show you go to is people watching it through a screen when it's right in front of them.
It makes me so angry.
It's just content, and it's people trying to like take videos for, and I understand a little bit, okay? But like, keep it to a minimum. Enjoy something, because like now you're paying all this money, you're traveling all this way for something that's in front of you, and you're watching it through this tiny little thing right in front of you, and you're not enjoying it, and nobody's dancing, nobody's having fun. And like, you look at these videos from these old festivals and these like old shows, and there's no phones, and everybody's dancing, and everybody's having so much fun.
It looks like the time of like everybody's lives. Like,
and
it looks amazing.
like, everyone's like, oh, I'm too cool to dance. Like, bro,
what
the fuck do you mean you're too cool to dance?
I hate it so
much. I want you to shake your ass.
Yes,
I want you to fucking throw down. I want you to get messy. I want you to have a good time. I want your makeup to smear. I want you to be sweaty. Like, have fun. That's what life is about.
If your eyeliner isn't gone by the end of the day,
then
you
didn't do it right. You didn't do it right.
Nope.
Like, I just feel like people just don't have the same amount of fun, and they're just so focused on like everything that's not what's in front of them. And I'm like, just like, even
just
hang out, like, just be here, like, just be in the moment.
Be present.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even if you're not a good dancer, even if you're like shy or whatever, just take a few fucking shots and have the time of your life. Put your fucking phone down. Like, take a few videos and then put your phone down and
talk to strangers.
Yeah.
Talk to strangers.
That's
something that I wish I had done more at Warped Tour, because I went alone on the first day, and I had a really good time, by the way. And the second day, I found out there was a girl in my Airbnb. By the way, her mother drove us there. I had a ride 2 days for Warped Tour, at least going. So, like, she said, can you please stick to my daughter? And her daughter was a huge stoner. She was like, you don't have to stick with me. She really wanted to be Jeffree Star. She said, that's the only thing I want to do here. I'm like, sure, you can do. I'm not going to be Jeffree Star, but like, fine. We went to the museum of Warped, because the second day was more of a walking around for me, right? The first day I was like on crack. So the second day I was like, I just want to chill back, meet my friends, you know? And like, people just go there alone. And I talk to my friends, and they're like, oh, you're going to Warped Tour? And then I said, like, yeah, who you going with? I'm like, nobody. Like, this was last year. Nobody could go. Cailin had gone to Long Beach, and like, why would she go again? I mean, she didn't have. She had the money. She would, but like, I said, I'm not gonna.
Nobody.
That's not gonna. I feel like the message of don't let other people stop you from going places if they don't want to go with you.
Yeah, it's true.
You know,
it's true.
If you like want to go, because I met somebody who was like, okay, I don't want to do it alone. I was like, what do you mean you don't want to do it alone?
Just do it.
Just do it. Exactly.
Fine.
You're gonna have fun regardless, and you're gonna meet people there. Like I wish I had talking more to people. You know, I met really amazing people along the way. Even the Uber driver from the airport to the Airbnb was such a nice guy. You know. And I feel like just put yourself out there. And that's exactly what the community of Warped is about, right? It's like making you feel welcome and making you feel like you belong there.
Yeah.
And that's a sense that I feel like our generation's lacking a lot.
So much, especially after COVID and everything, too, because I feel like people have really bad social anxiety now, too.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm one of those people, I hate going to things by myself, but I will go and I will talk to people. Like, that's how I met you.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah. I was like, okay, we're friends now. But, like... Yeah, like, one of my really, like, longtime friends, I met her at Pierce the Veil 10 years ago, and we still go to Warped Tour together and, like, stuff when I go and visit, so it's, like, if you go by yourself, then you can meet, like, such cool people that'll stick with you for a while.
One of my best friends, I met her in Seattle at a concert, and she lives 40 minutes from me.
Yeah.
Like, because we were in the States, and she's like, oh, I also live on the mainland.
Aww.
And we're going to innings together.
Oh,
with
that's so
the
sweet.
same girl that I met, her other friend that I also met when we were down in Seattle.
That's so sweet.
And I was like, just talk to people.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, okay, err on the side of caution. Don't talk to creepy weirdos.
Yeah, you don't want to end up in somebody's van in Vegas.
But I just feel like nobody talks to each other, and people are just so focused on, like, the content and, like, the Instagram stories. And, like, I get it. Like, you want to show people, and I want people to be able to see. Like, I'm not pretending that I've never posted a story, because of course.
Yeah.
But just, like, be nice to the people around you.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like punk, emo, metal, the whatever, the whole
alternative scene,
this whole sick new world and like Warped Tour and stuff. Dude, I went to Faded in the Park.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The worst crowd ever.
Yeah. Okay, what is it with like EDM and like rave people?
But see, this is where it comes in. Brody goes way back in the EDM rave scene, right? Like he was raving in the bushes when he was like 15 years old.
Yeah.
And the raves used to be for the outcasts and the weirdos.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It started in the basement. It's obviously a different genre, but it was kind of the same idea as like the punk alternative.
Still not mainstream.
They were they were like underground weirdos. Yeah. Like that's just what they were, and they all kind of came together. And he was like, it used to be such an incredible community. Yeah. And EDM has seeped into like the mainstream, and the content creators and all of the whatever it is are just everywhere. Because he's like, I used to go to Shambhala all the time, and all of his friends that go now, they're like, it's not the same. And they still love it. They still love it, but it's not the same. And Faded was brutal. Yeah. Like, they were not nice. And I was like, what do you mean I was in a crowd of 40,000 people in Vegas, and every single one of them was way nicer than the 10 people next to me right now in Surrey?
Oh, totally. I also think it's a Vancouver thing, too, but, like, that's one of the things that I really, really like about Warped Tour is that the people have never changed. It's like they're always the nicest people. And like when we were young, I feel like the crowd was just like it's like emo Coachella. So I feel like people were like a little bit like not as like friendly, but like they were still nice. But it's just like so warm and welcoming at Warped Tour. Like it's still, I don't know. It's like I remember back when in like 2018 or 2019 or whatever, everybody was just so nice and people were like crowd surfing each other and just talking to each other and like making sure that you had sunscreen on. I had like 3 people come up to me at Warped Tour last year and they were like, "You're looking a little red. Do you want some sunscreen?" And they were like,
"Insert the picture."
Yeah, insert the picture. It's a lot of red. But they were just like so nice and like people were like, "You want some water? Like, how are you doing?" And I feel like you don't really get that in a lot of other like communities or festivals, but I feel like Warped Tour just hasn't changed. Like, everybody's so nice still. It's really nice. People still pick you up when you fall down, and it's just, it's a good vibe.
I feel like going back into, like, being present and being aware of, like, talking to people and not recording things all the time. This is something that, like, I had to deal with because, I mean, I work with social media, so this is something that I hate. When I'm having a personal experience and I'm not working, I said, I fucking hate this. Yeah. And the best part, try this if you go to a concert. Don't record the artist. Like, if you're in a barricade or something, I mean, it's easier when you're in a barricade, but record your reaction when you're seeing the artist. It's the best thing you could ever do with your life. No, honestly.
Insert
don't
video.
Don't insert the video here. Don't insert the video here.
Insert video of Kat watching Ronnie.
No, because it's just an amazing, because you're just like, look how glowy you get, and look how your eyes shine, and you're just like, holy shit. I was, like, having the time of my life. You see yourself. Of course, you have to record the artist, and you have to be there present. But I remember, I feel like not having data at Warped Tour, it was actually a good thing for me.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't post anything.
Everything,
Nobody knew anything that was going on until I posted the next day. They're like, what's going on? Where's everything? Like, I want to see Black Veil Brides. I was like, I know, but I saw it. You're going to see it later.
I saw you in the live stream, and I was, like, texting you, and I didn't get a response until the next day, and I was just like, well, moments passed. But I'm glad you're having a good time.
No, it was a good thing, you know. So because I felt like untouched, like without an actual like need to post on Instagram every time, see what's going on, see what's, you know, what everybody's thinking about my experience. I don't give a fuck. You know, I just want to be here and be present and record bits and parts of the concert, record a little bit here and there, and even like things that I recorded from the Toronto show, I haven't posted yet. Yeah. Because sometimes I just want to keep it to myself. I don't want anybody else.
I mean, anyone hear me sing in the back of it.
God.
I love taking pictures of my friends that I'm with.
Me too.
They're so fun. Like you said, like when the artist comes out or something, I have a picture of my friend Olive in a catatonic state at MCR last year. She is just like frozen in time, and it is one of my favorite photos of all time. Cute. It's so funny, but it's just like, just be present, like just be like in the moment.
When I was at the Used concert, like Morgan was so hooked on the Used, and then I told her I went to the barricade because I want her to be in the barricade, and she's so shy and like she's like, he would never, and I was like, excuse me, my girlfriend wants to see you. So Pookie, as I put Pookie in front of me, and I'm like, Pookie, Pookie wants to see the Used, she's gonna see the Used. So I sneaked between this really tall guy, and he was really like mad about it. Like,
he was so angry. He was a dick.
He was a dick. And his girlfriend was in front of him. I was like, I don't give a fuck. So I put Morgan in front of me, and I recorded when they came to the stage. I set my phone to record her reaction when they came to the stage. And the video is amazing. Because you can see me smiling like, oh my god, I'm so happy my girl is having such a great time, you know? And this is what friendship, and this is what being present and being nice, still using your phone, but being like, oh my god, I recorded this really nice moment. It's about recording the key moments, not everything. Because,
of course.
You know, you're gonna miss everything. As Hannah said, you're gonna see it through a screen. Like, what the fuck?
You spent $500 on a ticket to watch it through your phone.
I know, it's
just
insane.
Watch the live stream. At that point, like
honestly, like, even though I got my phone jacked at Warped Tour, like, I still do think that might have been one of the best things that could have happened to me. Like, it's so weird because I spent the day taking, like, you know, a few videos here and there of these bands that I had really wanted to see, and it was a bummer to lose all that footage, but at the same time, the next day, you know, like, I was just so present, and I wasn't worried about, like, texting anybody or, like, checking my phone or, like, posting videos or anything, and I was just like, oh my god, I get to just enjoy this and just be here. I did need a chaperone, though, because nobody, that way I wouldn't get lost. But besides that, it was still really, really nice to just, like, be there, be present, but yeah. About to be a roasting session. Fuck you. Okay, this is our top 3 fuck yous in music, but first we're gonna go to the good stuff.
The good stuff first,
and then we'll get to the top 3 fuck yous that we've seen live.
Why me? Why do I have to start? Do I look like a roaster?
I wish I took notes.
Wait, hold on. Do I look like a roaster?
Do I?
Ha!
You know how Ronnie's always just like, ha!
Yes. In the corner of the camera.
Ha! Has Rhonda been in the corner of her camera? Where is it in the corner of her camera? I really want to have some entertainment.
Should we get a cardboard cutout of Ronnie?
I think we should, dude. You talking about Brittany Ferlin?
Oh, we should do that next time.
Yeah, we should do that next time.
Okay.
I'll pull up a board here with, like, all the explanation of how everything's been going on since last year.
I have the pointer, too.
You have the pointer, right?
I have a little pointer.
Yo, we can actually do that because we can pin things in this wall.
Can we? Are we allowed?
No, I mean, I don't think we're allowed, but, like, it takes pins. This wall takes pins.
It takes pins.
It takes pins. It takes pins very seriously.
Very seriously.
Okay. I'm gonna take the headphones off because I already know that we sound like us. Okay, so top 3 artists that we've seen. We're gonna go for the top 3 artists that we've seen.
That's good. That's really,
like
really
the best ones.
Really good show.
Yeah.
21 Pilots, and I'll die on that hill till the day.
Okay, you start, Hannah.
Yeah, you start.
I'm sorry,
I just need everybody to know that 21 Pilot set will change your fucking life, okay? It will. And I might be a little bit biased.
You know when I'm biased?
Bro's biased right now.
But they're so good. Like, and the crowd interaction is amazing. Like, I went and saw them for the first time in 2019 with my little sister. Aww. Because, again, going back to living on a fucking rock and my mom not letting me do anything because I was really mentally ill and I couldn't leave the house without crying. But I was convinced I could let her take me to a concert and I'd be fine. And she was like, no. So I finally bought tickets to the Bandito tour in 2019. I went with my sister, and to this day they still they've done it since they were like a tiny little band in Ohio, and they still do it at like massive festivals. And they go on the crowd, like they put Josh on the platform with his drum kit, and the crowd holds him up, and Tyler stands on the crowd by his ankles, and people hold his ankles, and he sings, and they always close with trees, and it is the most incredible, like,
oh my god,
life-changing thing ever. And it was amazing to experience it with my sister. And then the same year, I saw them in Las Vegas with my mom when we went for my birthday. And then not last summer, but the summer before, Brody bought me tickets to the Clancy tour in Seattle for our anniversary. Aww. And he knew some of their songs, but he didn't know all of them.
Yeah.
But he was like, it's your favorite band. Like, I want to go with you. Like, whatever. And he was like, that was amazing. Like, the show that they put on is so good. And it's so, like, interactive. And it feels like everything has thought behind it. Yeah. And it's not just like, they're not just going on stage and singing a song and whatever. Like, they put so much time and effort and curating it into this thing that their fans are going to love, that they feel really strongly about. And they're having their, like, creative ideas just, like, behind the scenes and bringing them to life and stuff like that. And so, yes, I might be a little bit biased. But I truly think they're one of the best shows ever. And also Grandson. I don't know if you guys have ever been to a fucking Granny set.
I have not.
Oh my god. I think I've seen him 3 times.
And you're going to see him for a 4th time this summer.
Yes! He's so good. So good. Same thing. Incredible, like, with his crowd. When I saw him in Victoria a couple years ago, he has a song called Heather. It is gut-wrenching. It is about one of his first fans who committed suicide.
Oh my god.
It's so sad, but it's also, like, you know, the fact that he, like, has that connection with his fans and carries it and, like, puts it into his music and stuff. Yeah. And he came off the stage and stood in the crowd, and everybody stood in a circle with their lighters, and everybody was fucking sobbing. Aww. And it was so good. It was so good. So, those are my... Do you want a third one?
I want a third one.
A third one? I don't even know. Who have I seen recently? You know who actually was really good? Who's not in the typical...
That's okay.
Genre that we talk about. Matt Mason.
Oh, Matt Mason's great.
I went with my sister October last year. It was Thanksgiving weekend. Aww. Amazing. Same thing. Like, we both, like, she found him years ago before he got big. Yeah. Like, years and years ago. And so we used to drive around in my car when we both lived at home and, like, listen to his music. So I was like, Quinn, like, he's coming. Like, he's playing in Vancouver. Like, I'll buy his tickets. You can come over. You can stay at my place. And it was really, really great. And it was really fun to experience that with her. And it was a small venue, which was also perfect.
I love that.
It was at Vogue. And it was just really fun. And he's just, like, obviously it's a little bit, like, more low-key than, like, the other stuff. Like, really nice Grandson's, like, very political and, like, heavy. And 21 Pilots is, like, a massive... huge like arena and stuff, so this was a lot smaller and it was a lot more calm, but it was really, really good, and I really, really enjoyed it. And hands down, the worst concert I've ever been to was Avril Lavigne.
Really? Here in Vancouver?
Yep.
Wait, in 2024?
At Rogers with All Time Low?
Yeah.
It was bad.
Really?
It was bad. I didn't like it.
I was at that show.
I saw her open for MGK.
I saw that. That was really good.
Yeah.
But
what happened?
I think it was the first show of the tour. There was a lot of audio fuck-ups.
I was really drunk, so I don't really
like
remember.
All Time Low, like, I think a couple things cut out. There was supposed to be, like, a video that was playing in the back where she was basically, it was like she was FaceTiming them. Yeah. And there was no audio. It was just a video. And the audio for most of it was pretty shit, to be honest. And, I mean, I understand that as, like, a touring artist, like, you've got to be tired, but it was also the first show, and there was no energy.
No, there wasn't.
There was no energy. Like, she gave us nothing. She gave us nothing. And I was like, oh.
I was happy to see All Time Low, though.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
I was pissed off, though, because also at that same show, Royal and the Serpent was the first opener.
She's great.
I love her, but they fucked it up, and they weren't letting people in properly.
Okay.
They were so late letting people in.
It's a Rogers problem. It's a fucking Rogers problem. They did that shit to me, I think, at Deftones. I really wanted to see Barbarians of California. They were like, oh yeah, nobody's playing until 7. I was there at 6:30. It said they were going to play at 6:30, and I was just like, okay. And they were like, yeah, so come back. And I was like, okay. And I come in, I completely missed, like, the openers.
Yeah.
Because fuck Rogers.
Yeah, we were, like, up on the stairs, like, waiting to get in. There was a massive crowd of people, and I could hear the speakers inside, and Royal and the Serpent was on, and I was like, are you... What? Yeah. And we weren't there late. Like, we were there early. We stood there for so long, and they just were, like, I don't know what was going on. They were, like, late letting people in, or something went sideways. So now it's, like, there's people that are waiting to get in. Like, I wanted to see her, and now there's an artist playing, and there's nobody in there.
Yeah.
They're playing to, like, basically an empty arena.
Yeah.
Like... Pull it together.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, it's definitely like a Rogers Arena thing. Yeah, they've done that at several shows. I love Rogers, but also, please do better.
Please figure it out.
Please do better.
Anyways.
But, yeah.
I don't have a top 3.
You don't have a top 3? Okay, so just Avril Lavigne.
That's a plan. I didn't think far enough ahead. I didn't plan for this.
That's fine.
Otherwise...
I didn't. Yeah. I'm coming up with this on the spot.
Do you want to go?
I can go. So number 1, my favorite artist that I've seen live is Knocked Loose. I'm sorry, I saw Knocked Loose in 2019. And hands down, the scariest and best show I've ever been to in my life. I got punched in the face. really hard. Somebody fell on my friend. She had like a bloody nose. It was the best time ever. They were still kind of small, not like super small, but they were playing at like a bar in Reno, and I was like hands down best time of my life. Like, people were crowd killing. It was so fucking packed in there, and I love Knocked Loose. Second favorite artist that I've seen live, probably Pierce the Veil, but back in 2016, because I'm gonna be honest, their little Eras tour thing was not it. I'm sorry.
It's gonna be my first one. I was gonna see what's my best show. I was really gonna see that because I didn't want to sound too biased on Falling Verse, because I genuinely think that Pierce the Veil was like, I don't know.
They were great.
I never saw them back then, so that makes sense.
But I think that's the thing. Like, it's just like, I feel like because I saw them back then when they were smaller, they were playing at like a venue size like Commodore.
Yeah.
And it was just so much more intimate, and they had so much more energy. And I understand that they're a little bit older now. And I still love Pierce the Veil. Like, I was so happy to see them. I was crying. I did like their show. It's not on my top like worst shows. Yeah. Like I said, it felt so much more intimate back then, because they were playing a smaller venue, and yeah, they just had such higher energy. It was like I think it was right after Misadventures was released when I saw them, and they opened with Divine Zero. I remember because I only took one video, and it's the camera's shaking, and I was like,
Nintendo was like this.
It's like on my Instagram, like super deep in there, and I was like, ah! And like the video is so fucking incomprehensible. Like, it's not
going
even
on.
No, I showed my dad the video because my dad took me to that show.
Aww.
It was really sweet. It was like right after we moved to Reno, and he took me to that show. I ditched him. I went to the front, and he just hung out in the back. Yeah. He was just like, and I would not stop talking about it for like maybe 2 years, and at one point I remember him being like, we get it, you've seen Pierce the Veil. He was like, you need to stop talking about it, and I was like, I can't. But yeah, like, I do think, back on topic, I do think that their little Eras tour or whatever is like, it was good. It just, it's such a production now, and I'm really happy that they've gotten so big, because they do deserve it. They're so amazing, but like, I do just really miss the energy, and I do really miss like how intimate it was, and like I do miss how they used to bring somebody on stage. Like, they used to pick like a girl from the audience and sing Bulletproof Love to them, and it was my favorite thing ever. But yeah, it's not the same. It's still good. It's just not the same. Mm-hmm. But my third one, fuck. I don't know. I think Sleeping with Sirens at When We Were Young, I was bawling. I was crying so fucking hard. It was embarrassing. Like, me and Graham, we went to Vegas together, and we were like a little bit drunk, and I'm just sitting there crying, and he's like on his phone. He's just like, are you good? And then I'm like, I love you, Cailin. And it was really, really good. They were playing Let's Cheers to This, and I was just on the floor, crying, screaming, dancing, like running in a circle, having the time of my life. Great time. And they sounded so good too. He brought his daughter out on stage too, and I was like, I wish I was your child, but that's fine.
Listen, I was gonna say that Pierce the Veil was like my first one.
It's
my
great.
Top first, because I was building up so much. I think it was more of a build up to me, because the only reason why I give myself things, like, I don't go to things just because I want it. I have to deserve it. I know I'm sick in the head, right? So childhood trauma, right? Hi, Mom. So I only went to Pierce the Veil because I actually bought a flipped ticket. The tickets were all sold out, and they were costing $600 for GA.
They were expensive.
Mm-hmm. For the Toronto show in May. And I've been obsessed with Pierce the Veil for the longest, even before Falling Verse, actually. Yeah. And when I needed to do my IELTS exam, my self-exam to pass, right, for my immigration, and then I said, if I get 12 in all the listening, writing, reading, speaking, I'm gonna get myself a ticket. And I did get 12 because I'm fucking awesome. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna fucking get myself this ticket. So there was this whole momentum of me like building up and studying for it. And I'm like, okay, I gotta go to Pierceville, you know? And when I finally got the ticket, it was my first ever trip in Canada, like 4 different states. So it was my first time in Toronto ever. I was exploring the city. So there was like a whole story behind it. I was close to the barricade, but I wasn't quite. It was like I was 1 row behind the front person. And I mean, Sleeping with Sirens opened it, so I knew the opener too. So I was like very excited about it. And I also got a pic from Sleeping with Sirens.
Oh,
it was
awesome. Always do this.
I know, right?
You always like. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Like I got at Falling Verse, he threw the stick at me, Point North, and I got it, the drumstick.
From Point North?
Point North, yeah. I never told you that?
No.
Yeah.
I love that.
He literally threw it in, it was flipping, and I have big hands, right? I was like, I snatched it half midway, and I was like, everybody was like, holy shit, that was crazy, you know? And I was like, holy shit, I always get pics. I have Black Veil Brides, I have Hollywood Undead, and the Hollywood Undead was really nice. This is a really good story. I love Hollywood Undead because they were opening for Falling Verse. It was the same day. They were opening for Falling Verse, and he brought a little kid on stage. After coming in hot, and then she was just so like lost, right? And then like Charlie Scene got to her like, what is your name? And she goes like, I think it was like Mia or something. And then he asked her like, what is your favorite Hollywood Undead member? And I mean, why would you ask that to a child? Like she doesn't even know you, right? The band. And then I just like, everyone was quiet, and I was like, Charlie Scene, and then she was like, Charlie Scene, and everybody was like, oh. And then it was so fun because when they were throwing the pics, he literally went to the security guard. He told to the security guard. Security guard came and give it to me. So he straight up told him to give it to me, and I was like, oh, that was Charlie Scene.
Awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah. By the way, Hollywood Undead is in like one of my top. So I would say Pierceville is in my top 3. I would say either. I don't know if I can actually put like in order because they're all really good.
Top 3 is impossible.
Yeah, top 3 is impossible.
Like top 10 maybe.
Easy. Easy.
I feel that in the top 3 would need to be My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see their tour now, but it's very theatrical. It's very theatrical.
It was so good.
I know, right? Like, I really wanted to see because of that, but it's more of a, it's more of a performance than a show right now, right? I went to see them in Foundations of Decay in 2022 in Seattle. And I mean, there was a whole vibe to it because it was my first shooting show with my Rebel X. And I was just so, there's a podcast about that linked down below in my other media account. But how to get a
self-plug.
Shameless self-plug.
How to pretend to be a photographer and actually get shoot My Chemical Romance DIY. I'll let you know. So, and I sneaked into the pit. Like, don't do that, guys. That's wrong. With my media. I shouldn't say that. No, don't do that. Let's cut that out. Like, I went into the pit after. Cut that out. And it was my first ever rock show. So I guess My Chemical Romance had to be the first one. And the videos of me singing of like, I made it, Mom, like I'm here, watching My Chemical Romance. And the videos and photos are so good. So I would say Pierceville, My Chemical Romance, and of course Falling Reverse because it was just pyrotechnics and fucking everything. The only thing I didn't like, it's that I mean, I saw both sets of Warped Tour, and they're basically the same. Even the fucking speech that he gives before Just Like You is the same. He goes like, you guys didn't like me back then because you guys were stupid, and now you guys have jobs and family, got divorced, and then, you know, and now guys, you understand me. That's why you guys got my back, right? And I'm like, okay, Trump, like, you fucking said it before. And I know that, like, you telling me again, okay, Pookie, keep going, I like that. You know, like, sure, keep going, saying those things, but you could change it up a little bit, you know, maybe just do something different, you know. I'm just being a hater because I'm
Pookie,
picky.
do you hear that?
You know, Pookie, do you hear that?
Do you hear that, Pookie?
Just switch it up. Let's just switch it up, like, I loved it and loved the pyrotechnics, but I missed a little bit of a crowd interaction.
Yeah.
Because, like, I feel that Pierceville treats every fan like they're a fan, and, like, Ronnie, it's such a show business that when he flips the switch, he just can't see anything. He just sees everybody as one. You know, he doesn't see every fan.
He does not give a fuck.
He does not give a fuck, honestly. As a fan, I have to say he does not give a fuck. You know, and I miss that because in Pierce the Veil, like, they were coming really close to the crowd, and he was playing, like, I have a photo of, like, the girls, like, all holding on to him, and I was like, oh my god. But I understand, how could Ronnie Radke go into a car who could fucking died? Like, what if somebody has a fucking knife? Like,
somebody would
he's a
kill
target.
him.
Like, I understand, like, Ollie Sykes was hugging everybody. Do you think Ronnie Radke could actually do that? No, that's so dangerous. Like, he's a target, so I understand why he does not do that.
I get
but
it.
I also, like, you could be a little bit more interactive.
You could do something there,
fans,
you know?
You know, like...
You know, there's people that have your back, and there's people that absolutely hate you. You could, like, you know,
you don't know
show
who's
up for your
there,
fans
but,
a little bit.
There's a way to interact with the crowd without being in the crowd.
Yeah, totally.
You know, so I have to say that before telling that it's one of my favorite shows. But I'm really excited for Escape the Fate because I'm probably going to change my mind. I'm pretty sure I'm going to change my mind.
You're going to change your mind? Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be on my top 3. I can feel it in my guts.
I know.
Because I'm going to bite the stage. I'm going to claw it. I'm going to be like this on the stage. You know that meme where the girl's just like...
That's... Oh my god, that's me. Okay, it's time for the roast.
I already told you that roast. I thought Avril was garbage. Sorry. I love her. I just hated that show.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
When she opened for MGK, amazing.
Loved it.
Princess of Pop. Great. She fucking... Or Princess of Punk. Fucking whatever they call her. I don't know.
I have no idea, actually.
I don't know. They call
her the Punk Princess? Something like
that. That's the one.
The Pop Punk Princess.
Anyways, that was amazing. It was incredible when she opened for MGK. Her own show, I was really underwhelmed. Really underwhelmed.
That's
and it happens. And I'm not saying, like, I don't think that the noise or the audio stuff was her fault.
Yeah.
But I was like...
It's disappointing, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
There's another one I saw recently that was, like, pretty mid, but I don't remember who it was.
Well,
like, that's how bad I was. Like, I'm just going to block that out.
It was so mid, I can't even remember.
I don't know.
Can't even remember.
I don't know.
Yeah. Do you want to go first?
You go, because I don't have anything bad to say other than, like, I don't want to talk about that now.
That's fair. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. Well, yeah. Yeah.
We'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my first roast, and I really, really hate to be this person. And
actually,
I would like to just say that I really hate to do this, but I actually do hate to do this because I was really, really excited to see this artist, and it was not her fault at all. But Vanna, her Vancouver set at the Pearl was not it. Really? I was so disappointed. I was disappointed. Were you there?
Yes, I was there.
Well, the sound was not good. You couldn't hear her at all. Like, and also, like, half of her band was stopped at, like, the border, I think, and they couldn't cross over. So this isn't her fault, but it was just a bummer because I had wanted to see her for, like, a really long time, and it just, like, was not it. And I hate for her to be my first roast. Please, I love you, but that show was not it. Are we roasting more than one artist or just?
You can roast more because I barely have one. I can barely have anything.
I have a second one, and it's really slightly unfortunate. But it also comes back to, like, I feel like most of these aren't necessarily their fault.
It's not their fault.
They don't lack talent. They just lack the situation's not working for them.
Because honestly, the Palais Royale concert that I met you at, couldn't hear shit.
I didn't like that show. I'm gonna be honest. That was the one that I was about to roast.
I thought that they had decent stage presence. Their energy was good, for the most part.
It was fine, but you couldn't hear. Yeah, their energy was good.
The energy was good. They were happy to be there, but the audio was not good.
No, not even a little bit.
And I don't understand why.
They need to stop having, like, shows like that at the Vogue. They need to start playing them at the Rickshaw. And I know the Rickshaw is such a shithole, but it has, like, Sorry?
It's better, the Rickshaw. I mean, I saw it.
I haven't been there, but I've heard that it's better. Maybe a little more,
Rickshaw.
But it's sketchy.
I love it. It's so sketchy.
Even Commodore. Commodore's so much better than Vogue for shows like that. Because I saw Grandson at Commodore, and it was amazing. I could hear everything. I could see everything. I could go for, like, a breather, and I wasn't drowning. The crowd was nice.
Yeah.
The Vogue is not good for that genre.
Commodore's great. No, Vogue is not good for that genre at all.
Like, I couldn't hear anything. I was, like, trying to make out what song was playing because I know all the songs, but I was like,
yeah,
what is it? Like,
yeah, no, just not it. It wasn't it. Yeah, that was gonna be my second roast.
Glad I went because I found you.
Aww,
yeah. But overall, it was just. It sucks when you go and you just can't hear it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, there's people for this.
Yeah, exactly.
This is someone's job, and you're not doing it.
Yeah.
You have one job. I'm sure you have many jobs, actually.
So
I'm so sorry, but figure it out.
Yeah, that show was okay, but I met Hannah, so it was good.
But I would go see them again in hopes that the audio was better.
I would too.
Because I really like them.
Okay.
I don't have anything bad exactly to say, but I feel that like I was having too much of a high expectation for Holding Absence, and they didn't close with Birdcage. Like, what the fuck would you not? Like, I love Wilt, but why would you not close with Birdcage? And they didn't play it actually at all.
Oh.
And I was like, Birdcage. Am I stupid? But is it one of your like biggest hits? Like, I was gonna say the R word. I was like, am I stupid? Like it's one of your biggest songs. It's one of your top hits. It's like if you go to like Pierce the Veil and they don't play, I don't know, like Holding On Till May, like kind of a same vibe. Like, because I mean, I know they switch like My Chemical Romance does, but there's always like Elena and Welcome to Back Parade all show. Like there's always the drug amuse you, So like if you go to a show and they don't play like the biggest hit, I felt a little bit disappointed, but I might be picky.
No, that's fair.
I might be a little picky about it, and I don't know if it was because I wasn't familiarized, but Spirit Box wasn't very like.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a Spirit Box hater. I like 2 songs from them, and that's about it.
Excuse me, Grammy. Hello. Turnstile. Hello.
Turnstile.
Hello. But, it wasn't very, like, wow, mind-blowing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. I mean, again, I'm not a fan, so I can't be very, like, picky into, like, what
that's fair.
they used to do or not do. But I want to do Highlight, which is not in my top 3. And I didn't watch the show again, but 303.
303, actually, yeah.
303
is so good
definitely
live.
worth it live.
So
It doesn't seem like it is, but it isn't.
What? She hasn't
I've never seen them live.
I think they're gonna play Warped
No,
Tour.
they have to play Warped Tour because they're doing reels. They're burning. They're heating up their account.
Well,
they're doing reels.
Yeah, and if you look at the templates,
there's a little spot.
There's a little spot.
I need to be on this main stage.
I need it.
I need it. I need to be clipped doing this. I need to be clipped doing this.
If you could only go to one festival for the rest of your life,
you might have gone or not gone. Like, it's up to you to say.
Honestly, I was gonna. At first, I thought the question was, what one would you go to that you haven't been to?
Mm-hmm.
But potentially, if it has a few more, because it's new, if it has a few more years of fine-tuning itself, I think Bloodfest. Put on by Youngblood. Because it's Youngblood, it's MGK, it's Black Bear, and all those, and the little guys, and they're all my favorite. And I feel like Grandson might have played, or he was supposed to, or something like that. But like, I feel like Grandson's kind of in that.
Yeah, he's in that category.
And just like, I don't know, I love all those guys. I didn't get to see Youngblood because his show got canceled in Vancouver. No,
I love MGK though.
I love MGK. I will never not. I will never not love MGK.
That's fine.
I love all his music. That's fine. Everybody makes mistakes.
That's fine. Well, I saw Youngblood and MGK before.
Bro, MGK's great live. I saw them at Warped Tour. It was great. Warped Tour in
I saw them in Vancouver a couple years ago. Yeah.
With Avril.
Yeah.
It's great. Both eras amazing. He was in a helicopter. It was awesome.
Yes.
It was fucking great. It's a good show.
I would love that. But no, I think I think that would be a lot of fun because I feel like Youngblood, we finally made the right person famous. Like, he just seems like such a sweetheart.
He does. He seems very nice.
He's like trying to make it for the fans, but it's new, so they have some stuff to kind of iron out a little bit. So I think if I gave it a few years to really solidify itself as an actual festival, that would probably be my pick.
Totally. I could see that.
I mean, I would definitely go to Warped Tour again, and I will keep going to Warped Tour and go, fuck, I'm thinking about even go to Mexico. Like, I really looking for Warped Tour in Brazil. Wild. I don't think I have space for that, but eventually, please, guys, if you're listening to me, bring Warped Tour to Brazil. You guys have no idea. People are gonna go solid. It's gonna be fucking insane. So, I feel like the last festival that they did was Loserville. Yeah. Where they switched Youngblood to Bullet for My Valentine, and I'm not gonna lie, it was an awesome switch because come on, it's Bullet.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, everybody was just like, oh my god, we're gonna have that, and they did. I think, there was like Avenged. There was, I mean, there's Rock in Rio for sure, but Rock in Rio is not Rock in Rio anymore. Like, you got Katy Perry, and you got like pop stars.
Yeah.
But now we have Bring Me the Horizon and Avenged again. So I think we're starting to, you know, go back to the actual roots of Rock in Rio. And yeah, but I think I would definitely go forever at Warped Tour.
Yeah.
Because again, it's where you can find everything, you know, from most of the genres. And you can also find emerging bands, which is great.
Totally. I agree. I would also probably go to Warped Tour because, like, firstly, I would love to go to Rock am Ring, but if I had to choose one festival to go to for the rest of my life, it'd be Warped Tour because, firstly, I already know what to expect. Mm-hmm. And also, you've got, like, people from, like, almost every genre, I feel like, and there's, like, something for everybody, so I feel like that would be my safe pick. But, yeah.
Reading in Leeds would be sick.
Oh,
so Leeds. There's also that.
I would love to go to those.
So, maybe one day.
Okay, well, I think that's it.
That's it. We covered a lot for 2 hours of yapping. We have a lot of content.
We just yapped a lot.
So,
straight up yapping my shit right now. All right, guys.
So this was our first episode of the Altline Media podcast. We're excited to bring you more in the future. If you have any comments, any likes, your bets for Warped Tour, you're like, what the fuck am I talking about? Like,
your guesses for the
your guesses.
Drop your guesses below.
Drop your guess down below. Tell us your favorite festival. Tell us, I don't know, your crazy history, why you almost got killed. You know,
tell us what you ate for
what's
breakfast.
Your craziest taxi story?
Exactly.
Tell us, drop your craziest taxi story. Where did you lose your phone last?
I have so many.
So do that. Support your local bands. Tell them they suck. And yeah.
Or don't do that.
Anyways.
Support your local artists. Tell them they're great.
Tell them they're great.
Share their media.
Or not.
Buy merch.
Yes.
Buy merch. And hit that like and subscribe button. I've never wanted to say that in my life. That's so disgusting. Smash that like button and leave a comment down below.
We love you.
Subscribe to our Patreon and OnlyFans. Bye.
Bye.
Amazing.
10 out of
Cut.
10.